Good morning, Taiwan, and thank you for sharing the Double 10 Day with us. I am Louisa Lee, and this morning, make sure you stay tuned to CTS for the live coverage of the flag-raising ceremony that's just minutes away. 早上你好，欢迎收看 Louisa 报报，每天给你最新最有趣的新闻。今天在这里先祝大家双十节快乐。First, in celebrating the 100th anniversary of the Shanghai Revolution, China's leaders, President Hu Jintao and former President Jiang Zemin, both attended the commemoration in Beijing, marking Jiang's first public appearance since rumors emerged that he had died. President Hu called the revolution 100 years ago on this day a turning point in Chinese history, led by Dr. Sun Yat-sen. 今年7月份一度传出大陆前国家主席江泽民病逝的消息，不过江泽民昨天上午出席了辛亥革命100周年纪念大会，虽然看起来有点虚弱，却粉碎病逝的传言。Now heading to the U.S. to give you an update about the Occupy Wall Street movement. It has spread beyond New York City. More and more followers have come together over the weekend, crowding the streets across various states in the U.S. to address the country's economic issues, including deep concern that the wealth gap is further widening. 华尔街的抗议行动到现在还没有减退的样子，反而在许多州越来越多人加入类似的抗议活动。
Protests against corporate greed and economic inequality spread across the U.S. Saturday. The Occupy Wall Street movement that began in New York has gained supporters in Philadelphia and in the Midwestern states of Ohio and Indiana. Chanting, "Banks got bailed out, we got sold out," demonstrators vented their anger over high unemployment rates, corporate government bailouts, and an increasing gap between the rich and the poor. The movement also included rallies this week in various cities in Texas, California, Illinois, Florida, Washington State, Tennessee, and New Jersey.
And in New Zealand, the recent forecast of a storm may delay the rescue effort, with the local authorities doing everything they can to contain the oil spill from a cargo ship last week, while trying to prevent it from reaching the beaches. Several tons of oil have already leaked into the sea, harming marine and wildlife. 上周因为一艘cargo 在纽西兰海外撞上岸礁，造成船上的油外泄。虽然已经在抢救当中，可是官员还是担心这些油会飘到海岸。
Recovery and removal efforts to assist a stranded cargo ship are underway in New Zealand. A ship that hit a reef about 20 kilometers from the shore last week has been leaking oil. 20 tons so far. On Sunday, a barge was sent to start pumping out the ship's remaining oil to prevent further spillage. New Zealand Prime Minister John Key said the circumstances surrounding the incident leave a lot of unanswered questions.
This is a ship that's ploughed into a well-documented reef in calm waters in the middle of the night at 17 knots. So somebody needs to tell us why that's happened.
The spill has already affected marine and wildlife. Animal recovery centers have been set up to help clean animals who've come into contact with the oil. Officials say the leak is expected to reach the shores of New Zealand.
Now taking a look at what's going on in the world of entertainment. Creative director Sarah Burton gives a feminine touch to the Alexander McQueen Spring-Summer collection during the Paris Fashion Week, which came to a successful end last week. 帮凯特制作婚纱的 Sarah Burton 接下了 Alexander McQueen 设计师之后，推出2012年春夏新装，用不同以往的风格，以浪漫的蕾丝展现女性风味。
Alexander McQueen presents its ladylike side. With faux feathers and cascades of ruffles, the line's spring-summer collection brought fantasy to the runway. The label, now led by creative director Sarah Burton, stayed true to its theatrical side by mixing up flirty skirts that flounced at the knee with harder-edged military details, high collars, and armor-like bodices. Burton's underwater fantasy was the show's highlight, with models transformed into mermaid warriors. With shells on one gown and coral on another, she created complex corseted torsos with soft chiffon billowing beneath. Neiman Marcus fashion director Ken Downey.
I do believe that there's a little less of an angst when we see this collection. I think because it's in the hands of a woman, we see a little bit more of a feminine spirit. It still has that lovely edge, and we know that it's Alexander McQueen as a label, but I do think that there's a lovely prettiness that you can tell comes from the hands and the mind of a woman.
After the show, actress Selma Hayek had nothing but praise for Burton.
But I think that what you saw tonight, the brilliance behind the fantasy and the beauty of this show that is so unique, has nothing to do with that. It's I think she's already moved from that and just gone somewhere else. That it was very unexpected. I thought it was amazing.
Now to music news, UK singer Jessie J became the biggest star of the night after walking away with a staggering 4 trophies at the annual Mobile Awards, lighting up the Scottish city of Glasgow second time around. 来看到歌手 Jessie J 的消息，最近她真的是出尽风头，在 Music of Black Origin 的颁奖典礼上，不但带来精彩的表演，还一口气拿下4项大奖。
Drop the beat, nasty face, why you looking at me? Flying, 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 flying through the sky. In my spaceship, I'm an alien tonight. Dirty, 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 dirty sucker. You think I can do it like you mother? I can do it like a brother. Do it.
English artist Jessie J said she has gone from zero to hero after bagging awards for the Best UK Act, Best Album for Who You Are, Best Newcomer, and Best Song for Do It Like a Dude at the 2011 Music of Black Origin Awards. Besides thanking her fans and dubbing them as her heartbeats, the 23-year-old star also paid tribute to the late soul singer Amy Winehouse.
I just want to say, Amy Winehouse set the example and the standard for British female artists, and yeah, let's all stand up for Amy, please. This one is for her. Thank you.
Watched by 250 million viewers, Jessie J opened the star-studded bash with her award-winning tune, Do It Like a Dude. Hosted by Alessia Dixon and Jason Derulo, UK rapper Teeny Tempa picked up a gong for Best Hip-Hop Grime Act, while Rihanna defeated Beyoncé by snatching the Best International Act award. Adele, who couldn't make it to the music event, was named the Best R&B Soul Act.
Hello everyone, thank you very much for this Mobile Award. It means a lot to me. I'm so sorry that I can't be there with you tonight. I'm on my way to America to start the other leg of my tour. But have a wonderful night and good luck and congratulations to all the other nominees and winners. Have a good one. See you later.
The most moving performance of the evening was by Amy Winehouse's goddaughter, Dionne Broomfield, who belted out a rendition of the late soul singer's Love is a Losing Game, which won the young musician a standing ovation.
We made and now the final phrase, love is a losing game.
Now in movie news, for those who love the unsurpassed tale of the swashbuckling adventure in Alexandre Dumas' novel, The Three Musketeers, there's a chance to see the modern version on the big screen, and also in 3D if you want the sword fighting in your face. The action flick brings Mila Jovovich and Logan Lerman on board, while Orlando Bloom gets to explore his bad boy side. 由小说《三剑客》改编的电影《The Three Musketeers》最近在伦敦进行首映，虽然是经典小说重拍，但导演说绝对会给观众新的感受。
Fighting once again kicks off as the latest film adaptation of Alexandre Dumas' popular novel The Three Musketeers has its world premiere in London. While most people will have seen one version or the other of The Three Musketeers, director Paul W.S. Anderson promises his film offers a new angle to the story.
First off, we cast D'Artagnan at the correct age. He's 18 years old in the book, but in every previous incarnation of the movie, he's always been played by a man in his 20s or his 30s or sometimes even his 40s. So really we've made it for young people.
For young actor Logan Lerman, who was cast in the role of D'Artagnan, the film wasn't just an excellent professional opportunity, but also offered him a new experience abroad.
Ton of fun. I mean, for like a West Coaster American kid to travel to Germany and live there for 5 months was like an incredible experience for me. Yeah.
Mila Jovovich, who in recent years made herself a name as Hollywood action star, plays the female lead in the movie.
You know, it was great that I had the experience of over 10 years of doing the action to bring to this movie, because once you get the corset and the 30-pound skirt on, wow, that was the main training I had to do, was to actually be able to do the action with the costume.
The last Three Musketeers film was released in 1993. The new version opens in UK cinemas on October 12.
It's who we are. It's what we do.
The Three Musketeers. I came to Paris to be one of you.
D'Artagnan, you want to be a musketeer? This is your chance. We live in a kingdom controlled by fear. The Cardinal rules the land. Buckingham rules the skies.
My new war machines will readdress the balance.
And she is the deadliest assassin the world has ever seen. Together, they will unleash war on the entire continent.
We're the Musketeers. It's up to us to put an end to the Cardinal's plot.
I could do with some exercise.
All for one.
And one for all!
Look out of the window.
Round 2.
And the Three Musketeers will hit theaters the end of this month here in Taiwan. And that is all the time I have today. I am Louisa Lee, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. Now stay with CTS for the latest Taiwan news.